What makes this place special to y'all?
Well, it's my home city, my home state, my whole life.
Every neighborhood, through the streets, together. Every rep in the heat, every yard in the cold. Fighting with every ounce, together.
Good. Way to fight.
Giving everything for the next play because you know he'll do the same for the city itself. Because now at home, the river carries that same drive. The same wind off the bridges leaves nothing behind. We rise with this city and answer, not because it's easy, but because it's ours. Because this city never stops, and neither will we.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays, Houday Nation. I hope you each have had a wonderful and joyful holiday season so far, as Christmas felt like it came a little early as the Bengals gifted us a huge road win down in Miami. Welcome in to Bengals Weekly. I'm Marissa Contipelli. The Cardinals are making their first trip to the Queen City since 2019, as Cincinnati holds a .750 winning percentage all-time against Arizona at home. So as we get you set for this Week 17 matchup in the jungle, we had another gritty showing last week. And no, not by Jamar Chase, but a Gesicki gritty, as we had Mike on the mic in Miami. The pregame routine is one that consists of part ritual, part tradition, and part superstition. And we'll tell you what some of those rituals are. We will also go into the vaults, back to relive Uno's hat-trick game in Arizona. And on Countdown, I'll tell you how shut down Dax Hill has been over the last month and change. But first, the 45 points the Bengals put up in Week 16 was the most in a single game since the 2013 season and is tied for third most in team history on the road. But before that offensive explosion hit in Miami, the Bengals spent time at the Salvation Army, spreading holiday cheer, helping to pack and distribute toys and gifts to those in need. Here is this week's From the Jungle.
This is our first 2025 Toy and Food Distribution Day. We are excited just to spread some holiday cheer. The need is great here, so just to be able to support the family and help them out is a joyful experience for us. I believe it makes a complete difference for them. Not only do it bring joy to their lives, but it gives them something to look forward to. To see that their wish list items were fulfilled, that they were able to get everything on their children's list is just amazing, that we were able to just build that connection so that they know that we're here to support them. It shows power that we are able to come together, to work together, to make the difference and to do what it takes to help. The best part of the day is just to see the smiles on the family faces and the energy from our volunteers. Words cannot explain how excited I am and how blessed the Salvation Army is to have them volunteer here. So it is a great experience and is a blessing all in one.
Happy holidays. Welcome to Miami.
From Hard Rock Stadium, 22-year-old rookie Quinn Ewers making his first NFL start for the Dolphins today.
Joe Burrow needs no introduction. He plays quarterback as well as you could possibly play. I know he has a bad taste in his mouth last week with a disappointing game, but I do know from talking to the players and coaches, there's a lot of reasons and high motivation to finish this season off on a high note.
We gotta come out and do whatever it takes to get a win. We're gonna do that.
Let's go, dog. Hey, we know where it's won.
Violence, physicality, whatever it takes to
Kick someone's f***ing ass today. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right. Hey, this is a huge win for a lot of reasons. Number one, we faced a ton of adversity the last 2 weeks. So a lot of people that doubted you, okay, questioned how you were going to respond. At halftime, We said we got to win the turnover battle, 17-14. No turnovers to no turnovers. You came out, you got 4 straight turnovers.
It's 3rd down and 14. The Dolphins at their own 26. They'll go with an empty backfield. Here's a throw over the middle. It is caught. Ball's knocked free. And the Bengals appear to have it at the 34-yard line of Miami. They do.
First takeaway for either team.
Never mind the defense.
Official signal. Bengals recover with Miles Murphy.
I saw Jordan Battle knock one out and Miles Murphy recovered it.
Infamous MM.
I saw Josh Newton tip that ball up and Bear Carter pick it off.
3rd and 10. He's going to fire. Middle of the field. Knocked up in the air and intercepted.
Deflected and picked. Barrett Carter.
If you force this kid to throw, sooner or later, you're going to get your hands on the football.
Wait in my turn. Wait in my turn. Wait in my turn. Alley-oop. I'm coming. DC.
And JD, man, we might move to the receiver. Might move to the receiver.
First and 10. Ewers from the gun.
Floats it high and deep. Down the field. Intercepted. Another takeaway for Cincinnati.
Jalen Davis. And this thing continues to unravel for Miami.
We ain't going back. We ain't going back. We're going to be one of the best, so what that make you?
Right in front of me. One of the best nickels in the NFL. Yes. Here we go. That game was significant, okay? Every coach, every staff member, every player responded the way we had to respond today. We had no other choice. Chase Brown, 3 touchdowns today.
It's an empty backfield and a shotgun snap. Burrow throws left, caught at the 5. What a move!
Turns, extends, and he is in for the Bengals touchdown. The dual threat back.
He made one of the best tacklers in the NFL, Jordan Brooks, whiff. Chase goes in motion. Burrow hands it off. Big hole, middle of the field. Chase Brown.
Nearly untouched as he waltzes in for the touchdown. 2 takeaways, 2 touchdowns off of those Miami turnovers. And suddenly, Cincinnati with a huge lead.
Second player in Bengals history to score 3 1/4.
3rd down and 3 from the 5-yard line of Miami. Play clock down to 6. Burrow in the gun. Chase Brown lines up to his left.
Burrow, near side wide open, and the Chase Brown show continues. 3rd touchdown of the quarter for Brown.
Chase, let me get that jersey after the game. I want that.
I'm mic'd up today. Forgot about that.
Mike Gesicki, maybe the stat line isn't the biggest back. That touchdown felt great coming back.
3rd down and 6. Burrow catches a shotgun snap. 3-step drop, throws. Gesicki at the goal line. Leaps and hauls it in for the touchdown. Mike Gesicki doing the gritty as the Bengals have scored 44 points.
Oh my God, I've been waiting for that for 3 years.
Zach Taylor's Bengals turn a 3-point halftime lead into a 24-point win.
Let's go!
Mike on the mic in Miami, a gift we all should have had on our wish list for Santa. And coming up next, that's exactly the present they'll each receive. Bengals Weekly is brought to you by Kettering Health, the official healthcare provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. AltaFiber, the official Wi-Fi and internet provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. And Paycor, proud to be the official HR software provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. Welcome back to Bengals Weekly. Mike Gesicki was a second-round draft pick of the Dolphins back in 2018 and spent his first 5 seasons in the league with the Fins. So our team has had this matchup circled on the calendar since the schedule was released, because we knew we had to get Mike on the mic in Miami in hopes of one of our favorite sightings, a Gesicki gritty.
Bro, I want to score 50. Like, can we just go score 50 points?
For you, Mike. I want it for you.
Gesicki, first 5 years of his career here as a Dolphin, former second-round pick.
I'm mic'd up today. Forgot about that. Hey, I'm mic'd up. Hey, Drew. I'm mic'd up. What's up, man? Good to see you, brother.
Absolutely, always.
What's up, baby? How you doing, bro? Good to see you, man. What's up, Chuck? I know these benches aren't as comfortable, but there's so much more space.
You like living in Miami?
I lived in Fort Lauderdale and I loved it.
Burrow far side, Brown turns, extends, and he is in for the Bengals touchdown.
Let's go, Chase! Let's go! 50 points. 50.
Bengals stop the Dolphins on 4th and 1.
Oh, he slipped.
Drops straight back, fires a strike, caught at the 30, Gesicki to the 25, and he'll pick up a first down. 3rd down and 6, Burrow catches a shotgun snap, 3-step drop, throws, Gesicki at the goal line, leaps and hauls it in for the touchdown. Mike Gesicki doing the gritty as the Bengals have scored 44 points.
Oh my God, I've been waiting for that for 3 years. Thank you for seeing me. I've been waiting for that for 3 years. Let's go, boy. Chuck, come on. That felt so good.
Good, baby. Come on. Once I saw you go up, I was like,
I wasn't letting that go.
no shot.
And I'm mic'd up.
I missed a little that way. I wanted to like leave you more that way.
No, it looked way cooler where you put it. So yeah, thanks. Hey, I saw that.
It's the Monarch. Monarchs are orange. That's the other.
What?
Don't understand.
Fanner knows the wilderness. Hey, Sam, I get a hand warmer? I've asked Sam 10 times a day if I can get a hand warmer. Benito!
What up, Mike?
What's up, dog? How you doing, man? Doing good? Coach.
Yeah, I love you, buddy.
Love you, dude. We'll talk. John, would you like white or black?
White's sick.
Okay. Gentlemen, what's up? How we doing? What's going on? Good to see you. Hey.
Congrats.
Hey, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Good.
I'll see you at dinner, huh?
Love you,
yeah, that one felt good.
That was an easy catch.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, that one felt good.
That was awesome.
That one felt good.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Let's go! Let's go!
I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious, or something like that. Well, coming up next, we go behind the stripes and bring you some of the pregame rituals, routines, and traditions that our guys have. Welcome back to Bengals Weekly. Whether it's the perfect Gatorade color, a FaceTime with loved ones, or making sure that the gloves stay protected, everyone has their own way of getting in the zone before kickoff. It's not just superstition, it's strategy. We now take you behind the stripes to find out more about these pregame routines. Football is full of tradition, and in the NFL, rituals aren't just for the fans. They're also for the ones about to take the field.
That I don't let anybody touch the inside of my gloves. So like you try to high five me, like I'm doing a closed fist. Like I don't ever do that. Let anybody touch the inside of my gloves.
I won't drink blue Gatorade. The blue color is like a cold spell, so like I gotta drink something that's like red and yellow. I'm picking red. I know that sounds crazy, but it's just how I think.
Chase and I, we're out there hours before everyone else is just making sure that we're primed. We go over our catching mechanics, we go over our pressure steps, which is like a speed cut or a slant. We go over like curl breaks And I think that's the biggest thing about being a pro is like you have to make sure you're very primed and ready because you know your moment could come at any time.
The main thing I do probably would be like bare feet. I do a lot of barefoot stuff. So like I warm up barefoot.
I use a soccer ball to warm up as well, just kind of working the nervous system, juggling drills and jogging with the soccer ball. It kind of helps warm up, I feel like, the same muscles and functions that I need as an offensive lineman.
It's crucial to get your body primed, but it's just as important to get your mind ready for battle.
The day of, I always make sure to watch either 1 or 2 episodes of any anime that gets you hyped up or watch some fight scenes that kind of get you in that mode.
I like to pace, just thinking about plays, thinking about what could happen in the front I'm going to see, the opposing D lineman I'm going to see.
I'll write down certain things that like I want to be better at that game. There's this one game where I want to be more patient, so I like wrote that down. Like patience is key. Let the game come to you. Don't force it.
Chase Brown, the sort of patience he showed there is what he's been doing all night.
And who says family can't be a part of the process?
Basically, I'll call up my Uncle Tony and my Auntie Holly, and we always do a pregame prayer before every single game. Because you get that reassuring feeling that, people are watching you, like people are rooting for you, especially family or friends. So that gives you that extra motivation to lock in and be a beast on Sundays.
My wife will draw up some type of breathing plan, do some breath work, and really just try to keep my heart rate as low as possible.
From breath work to breakfast, everyone has their own fueling routine.
The morning of, I definitely got to get strawberries, a banana, and watermelon in. That's before every game. If I don't get that, I feel like I'll be off.
My go-to snack for pregame, cheese omelet and a waffle.
I don't even eat a lot during game day. Even if it's a night game, like I'll go the whole day like barely eating just because I like to feel like I don't have anything weighing me down.
I like to be hungry. Not like starving, but hungry, I just play faster. It's a little bit of like a mental edge.
Some of the guys can't go without their favorite tunes.
Return of the man of my earth.
I listen to one specific song right before I hit the field. Straight Bars by Kodak.
And others need to tune it all out.
I take like a nap. Like it's known that like one of the DBs always have to wake me up. So after I wake up from that nap, it's go time.
Anime, breathwork, or red Gatorade. It doesn't matter how you get there. Because on game days, these Bengals are all speaking the same language, and that is football. When we return, we go into the vault to the last time we played the Cardinals, where Ja'Marr Chase showed everyone why he is one of one. Stay with us here on Bengals Weekly. Welcome back to Bengals Weekly. Ja'Marr Chase made his presence felt immediately in 2021. 100-yard games, gritties in the end zone, well, they became second nature for the rookie. And that season, Ja'Marr recorded his first career 3-touchdown game. But we would have to wait until Week 5 of 2023 to see another Uno hat trick. We now take you into the vault to the last time the Bengals faced the Cardinals.
Burrow is set, stomps the right foot, catches the snap from Karras, looking right, scrambling right, throws it back to the left, and it is caught in the back of the end zone. Ja'Marr Chase doing the gritty for the first time in 2023. Second down and 10, the Cardinals at their own 1. Dobbs to throw, his pass picked off. The Bengals have it. Cam Taylor brings into the end zone, and the Bengals get a touchdown after all.
How about it? Amazing.
First and 10 Bengals from their own 37. Burrow will fake to Mixon. He's going to fling it deep downfield for Ja'Marr Chase.
Come on, Ja'Marr.
He catches it at the 10 and takes it into the end zone. Touchdown! Bengals, 63 yards. The magic is back as Burrow throws it deep and Chase takes it into the end zone for the long touchdown. Burrow's pass caught by Chase as he ties the Cincinnati Bengals single game record with his 13th catch. Now rolling to the right, backpedaling to the 13, throws, caught! Jamar Chase on the back line of the end zone with his third touchdown catch as he sets a new Bengals record with his 14th catch of the game.
Unbelievable.
Joe Burrow called it a must-win game for the Cincinnati Bengals and the Bayou Bengals. Burrow and Chase combined to make sure that they got that win. 3 touchdown catches and a franchise record 15 receptions for Jamar. The Bengals win it by the final score of 34-20.
Andrew Hawkins spent 3 seasons in stripes, and you can now see him on ESPN's NFL Live, breaking down play across the league each week. And with 2 games remaining, we knew that we couldn't go a season without getting Hawkins on our show. As Hawk now joins Dan Hoard to give us his preview as the Cardinals come to town.
You talk about an impressive resume. He played in the NFL for 7 years. He's got a master's degree from an Ivy League school. He's won an Emmy. He's won an Oscar. He's a successful entrepreneur. We see him regularly on ESPN. He is former Bengals wide receiver Andrew Hawkins. Hawk, we are catching you a few days after a 45-21 win for the Bengals in Miami. Did you see anything last Sunday that made you think, okay, maybe this is a preview of what's to come in 2026?
Yes and no, because I feel like it was a confirmation of things that I already knew, which is the team plays so much better when Joe Burrow is in the lineup. When he's out versus when he's in, there's just a lift that somebody with that amount of talent, like, it means for them. And it's not just because he's talented, it's because his leadership, it's like people feel accountable, right? They're doing their job. They understand like the gravity of the situation every time he's in there. And it was an all-around great win. Yeah, they had a new quarterback, but for the most part, they've also played really hard down the stretch, for the situation they're in, where their GM goes, they bench their quarterback. You have a head coach who, all the national media is saying, he probably is not going to be there. He can't get them to play. They play really hard. So for the Bengals to come out there and put that kind of effort forward, an all-around win, I do feel like it's what's to come, but more of what it could be if they can keep that for the entirety of a 17-game stretch.
It is Christmas week. We have items at the top of our wish lists. What should the Bengals have at the top of their wish list going forward for next year?
Continuing to invest into the defense, however possible. Joe Burrow playing a 17-game season makes this a completely different team, right? This is such a quarterback-driven league. So if you have a quarterback that's just decent, you have a chance. If you have a quarterback that is elite as Joe Burrow and he's in the lineup, this is no kidding. You can miss the playoffs 3 years in a row, and immediately next year, you could be in the running to win the Super Bowl. And that's what's special. And I think, making sure you are building in a way that is supportive for the absolutes that you have in Joe Burrow or the receiving core or these pieces that you can bank on. It's now, how do you lift everything else to put that insurance policy in place?
The Bengals host the Cardinals this week at Paycor Stadium. What are a couple of keys for the Bengals coming away with a victory at home?
Big key for their defense would be trying to limit Trey McBride, right? Like, I think the Bengals defense, obviously, they've struggled against tight ends, yards given up, touchdowns given up to tight ends. And Trey was a little quiet last week, and I think the Falcons did a really good job against him. So if the Bengals can take a page out of their book and limit Trey down the middle of the field, that's going to be a really, really big deal for them. And I think if they can limit that offense, because Jacoby Brissett, he does have the ability to be really, really productive on offense. And you've seen a lift, not to the Joe Burrow level, but you've seen a lift from their offense when Jacoby's in there, because you understand what he can do. He's gotten even the most out of Wilson at the wide receiver position. I think Trey McBride is going to be absolutely the most important piece of that defense to try to stop.
You're doing a tremendous job on ESPN and in all of your ventures. I really appreciate your time. Happy holidays, and look forward to chatting with you again down the road.
My pleasure, Dan. Thanks for having me, man.
I hope Santa brought you everything that you had on your Christmas wish list. And coming up next, we will find out what Dan, Dave, and Jeff asked Santa for this Christmas. Stay with us here on Bengals Weekly. We hope you have all had a wonderful holiday season, filled with joy, peace, time spent with loved ones, and all of the gifts you asked Santa for. As for our guys, I'm hoping Dan, Dave, and Jeff all made Santa's nice list because they're about to share their Christmas wish list. And I really hope each of theirs comes true.
Merry Christmas, everybody. I'm not sure if the three of us have been naughty or nice, but in any case, we're asking Santa for a few things on our wish list, and Lap is up first.
Naughty or nice? That's what I try to tell my grandkids, hey, Santa's watching you like year round. My wish, Christmas wish for the Cincinnati Bengals, the last 2 games of the regular season are home tilts. The Bengals got to do everything, pull out all the stops, do everything they possibly can to get those 2 victories. Even though they've been eliminated from the playoffs, the Cincinnati Bengals have to do everything they possibly can do to win the last 2 football games of the season. I remember when I was a player, you did not want to go into an off season on a down note. You didn't want that bitter taste in your mouth all those months of the off season. Win the last 2 games, and now you're on an uptick, you're on an up note, and you look forward to the upcoming season. A good way to get 2026 started is to finish 2025 on an uptick rather than a downer. Both these games are home games. You got your fan base, your rabid fan base. You want to keep them interested. You want to pique their interest. You want to get them excited.
All right, Santa. Lap wants back-to-back home wins on his list. How about you, Butch?
I would like for the Anderson men, the Anderson guys, Kenny and Willie, to get into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That would be the ultimate Christmas list, I think, for any Bengals fan. Kenny is a finalist for the first time since 1998. He's a finalist in the senior category for the first time ever. Willie, because he had such a good showing last year, he's qualified to be in the finals again. Up against some tough guys, first-year ballot that Willie is finding, Drew Brees and Larry Fitzgerald, that'll be tough. Kenny Anderson in his category is going against Bill Belichick and Bob Kraft. Kenny's the best quarterback not in the Hall of Fame. He's the only quarterback with 4 passing titles not in the Hall. If you take the absolute value of any player from 1970 to 1985, the first 16 years of the merger, Kenny Anderson is the #1 player. He tops a list of 12 other Hall of Famers right behind him. Willie Anderson, we know well as a modern era candidate. 5th straight trip to the finals, put him in. Best right tackle of his time, the first right tackle in 40 years to be named All-Pro First Team right tackle since the days of Dan Dierdorf. And he's a guy who was a pioneer in the game. Andrew Whitworth will tell you this, the current All-Pro for the Eagles is using the hand technique that Willie developed. Kenny Anderson, Willie Anderson, we won't know until February, but Merry Christmas.
Well, Santa already knows what's at the top of my list because it's been there for a couple of decades, a cure for baldness, but I'm probably not going to get that. So I will settle for this. My wish is that Ted Karras is named the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year. The Bengals have had 3 previous winners, Kenny Anderson, Reggie Williams, and Anthony Munoz. Additionally, 2 players who spent most of their careers with the Bengals have also won the award, Boomer Esiason and Andrew Whitworth. By his own admission, Ted Karras did not set out to be a philanthropist. But after having a few hats made as a gift for his new teammates when he signed with the Bengals, Ted realized he could sell them to help others, and the Cincy hat has raised more than $3 million to support adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities and other causes. This is the second time that Ted has been the Bengals nominee, and here's hoping Ted Karras is named the Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year in February. That's what's on our Christmas wish list. We hope that you get what's on yours in this Who Dey Conversation.
2 games remain in the 2025 season as there are 2 more opportunities left for players to show this team, this city, and this fan base what they can do. Let's now head into the locker room and hear from the guys as they prepare to take on the Cardinals in Week 17.
The season hasn't gone what any of us, wanted or expected, but, we can't change the past, but, we can do something about the future. We have 2 opportunities left, 2 opportunities at home just to finish this thing off strong, finish off the right way, and just try to get us some momentum going into next season. We have a big opportunity this weekend versus the Cardinals, and, it's just another opportunity to play the game that we love.
It's a great opportunity to finish out on a strong note. This isn't exactly the season that we planned for, but, it doesn't mean that we give up. Let's focus on these next 2 games and on 2 wins. things and then, go into this offseason motivated.
Offensively, I think Trey McBride is a phenomenal tight end. All the ways we try to get Jamar the ball, you see that from Trey. And they're just trying to find a way to get him the ball every which way imaginable. They do a great job of it, covered or uncovered. He's got really strong hands. He's a really physical runner, violent runner, one of a really impressive players in this league.
He's an outstanding player. There's a reason that he just got voted into the Pro Bowl. There's a reason that, he's put up the stats that he's been able to put up this year. For us, we have to know where he is every single snap. We have to make sure we get 11 hats to the ball because he's really dangerous with the ball in his hands. And, we have to be sticky in coverage.
They got two good receivers, Marvin and Michael Wilson's been coming along as well. So, they're going to try to get them chances downfield. We got two great corners, but I feel like we'll do a great job, maintaining them and then obviously just, being good in the run game, stopping the run game and making them one-dimensional.
They're going to try to stress you some different ways on defense that's unique from some teams you play against. So that takes time during a week to be ready for some of the presentations they're going to give you. They like to utilize Budda Baker a lot of different ways and get him activated.
Yeah, they don't do the traditional coverages that you typically see. They do, but they get to them from different ways. They're going to play a kind of umbrella look from the secondary and roll and drop into a bunch of different coverages.
One thing I told the guys is we really don't know this team, so this is a kind of an extra preparation, and this is a team we don't know anything about. So we have to go and, do our research and have a good week of practice and know our opponent.
When we return, it's time for Contipelli's Countdown, where I'll tell you what catching touchdown number 10 on the season meant for T. Higgins. Welcome back to Bengals Weekly. Last week in Miami was a game of firsts for a handful of Bengals. The first 300-yard passing game of the season for Joey B. The first hat trick of Chase Brown's NFL career. The first gritty in Miami for Mike Gesicki. And all of that is just scratching the surface because we had our share of firsts on the defensive side as well. Last week, 2 Bengals hauled in their first career interceptions as Barrett Carter brought in the tipped pass by Josh Newton, and later in that same quarter, Jalen Davis picked off a pass intended for Jalen Waddle, notching his first INT in his 8th season in the league. Since entering the lineup in Week 12, Davis has been PFF's 9th highest graded corner and 2nd best slot corner in the NFL. And speaking of takeaways, Jordan Battle has a team-high 6 forced turnovers on the season. And since Week 12, the Bengals have an NFL-high 11 takeaways in those 5 games. Now taking a deeper dive into the secondary, Dax Hill has locked down opposing receivers over the back half of the season. Hill hasn't allowed a touchdown since Week 8 and has 3 pass breakups over the last 4 games. And against Miami, Dax posted his highest PFF grade since 2022. His 85.6 coverage grade was 4th best among all corners for the week, and over his last 4 games, Hill has only allowed 8 catches on 117 coverage snaps. And Myles Murphy has continued his strong play of late. The edge rusher has posted new single-season career highs in sacks, quarterback hits, pressures, tackles for loss, and he notched his first fumble recovery last week. Murphy's 90 PFF grade in Week 16 was the 7th highest among all defenders and the highest of his career, as Myles has at least 1 pressure in 7 of the last 8 games.
Burrow catches a shotgun snap, 3-step drop, throws. Gesicki at the goal line, leaps and hauls it in for the touchdown. Mike Gesicki doing the gritty.
And on the offensive side, Joe Burrow posted a 146.5 passer rating against the Dolphins, his best single game number since the 2021 season. Burrow also threw for over 300 yards and 3 passing touchdowns without an interception for the 10th time in his career. That is the 3rd most such games in NFL history in a player's first 6 seasons. And as for the player on the receiving end of Burrow's first touchdown last week, T. Higgins hauled in his 10th score of the season, tying his career high set a year ago as Higgins continues to lead the AFC in receiving touchdowns. And by hitting double digits, T joins Carl Pickens and A.J. Green as the only Bengals to record 10 or more touchdowns in consecutive seasons. T is one of 2 players with 10 or more touchdowns in each of the last 2 years in the league, as his 20 combined TDs since the start of 2024 ranks 4th most in the NFL, trailing only Amon-Ra St. Brown, Devontae Adams, and Jamar Chase. When we return, we introduce you to a powerful story of family and spirit, as the Hill family's tradition of cheering on the Bengals remains strong, even in the face of adversity. This holiday season, the time we spend with family and loved ones means more than ever. For Chad and Shauna Hill, attending Bengals games together has been a tradition since 1998. And as Chad bravely battles his ALS diagnosis, their bond remains unshaken. For the Hill family, Sundays spent cheering on their favorite team is about more than just the game. It's a treasured moment that brings them all closer together.
I am Shauna Hill. I have been a Bengals fan since 1988. This is Chad Hill. He has been a fan since 1998.
My name is Allie. I'm Emily.
I'm Lane.
I'm Caroline.
And we've been Bengals fans our whole lives.
Chad has ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease. Basically, he is losing all of his muscles. He can still feel everything. His mind is still there. He still functions on a daily basis.
At first, we weren't really sure what was to come out of the diagnosis. But really, he's the same person. You all see a different person. But to us, he's the same dad.
I want to show people I can still go and do stuff even with ALS. It doesn't define who you are. It isn't going to stop you from doing what you want to do. It's not going to stop you from living. We own and operate Hills Electric. Chad started the business back in 2000, and here it is 25 years later, and we've got about 70 to 80 employees.
We do a lot of commercial, industrial. We do a lot of stuff at the University of Kentucky, and right now we actually have a project going on at Fort Knox.
Rather than being out in the field physically, he's more of the management and the brains behind the operation. And Chad can still figure everything out as far as the electrical business goes.
I don't think we'd be here without it. Dad's worked so hard over the years, and we've all kind of seen it.
It's about being around everyone that makes me keep on going. He really didn't grow up watching football, but when we started dating and going out, and especially after we got married, it was just something to do together. Started going to games probably about 20 years ago.
I remember growing up, it was usually on TV on Sundays. Some of the neighbors came over and we just watched the game the whole day. And then when I was a little bit older, we got lucky enough to get some tickets every now and then. And me and my dad would go pretty often whenever we could. It was just kind of a really big bonding moment.
What's your prediction on today's game?
Bengals are going to win by 3. Bengals by 3.
Bengals by 3.
We can't go on the boat anymore. We can't go do things, that he normally would do without the wheelchairs. So that was one thing that we could enjoy together. And we love the Bengals football. It was a no-brainer.
We always used to have fun when he wasn't in the chair. And I don't really think it's changed since he's been in the chair. I think we still do as much as we can with what we have. And it just takes us a little bit more time, but we still try to do the same things that we did before.
I feel like ALS just led us to commit to the tickets because, that's one thing. We knew we could get to the games. We just made the commitment.
All of us go. And it's really a lot about bonding with family. It's so much fun to get to go out and spend time with everybody.
We are fortunate to have we're fortunate to have the season tickets, yes. It gets me away from everything that you're dealing with, and we get to enjoy it together as a family.
Going to the game, it definitely does bring a sense of normalcy. Obviously, there's differences, but when we're all together, it's just like old times.
Ready! When we return, it's time for Social Spotlight. And it's another award and honor for Jamar Chase. We'll tell you what that is when we return. It's now time for our weekly Social Spotlight segment, and let's kick it off with the man of the third quarter. Chase Brown had 3 touchdowns in Miami, becoming the first player in the NFL this season with 3 touchdowns in a single quarter. But I think we need to take a moment to just pause this video because T. Higgins just casually jumping over Chase. I mean, what? How? Just Chase isn't that short. T getting up and over it. And another crazy stat I want to share to go along with the Chase Brown hat trick. Chase scored all 3 of his touchdowns in the span of under 8 game minutes on Sunday. Just absolutely remarkable. And Joe Burrow was back to doing Joe Burrow things on Sunday. Shiesty passed the 20,000 passing yardage mark for his career. And this was a terrific video by our team taking us through his last 6 seasons. Burrow also threw his 150th touchdown in Week 16, making it quite a memorable trip to Miami. And speaking of Miami, the fans turned out last week. Now, Bengal Jim always does a fantastic job with his tailgates, and as you can see by his post, they had a great turnout. We want to give a big thank you to Houday Nation for traveling along with us this season and supporting the team on the road. And 'tis the season of giving back, and Dalton Reisner has been staying busy, and I'm not just talking about shutting down defenders. Reisner visited with another local elementary school, spreading positivity and kindness, along with spending time with the students. And he has done it again. Jamar Chase was voted to his 5th consecutive Pro Bowl. Uno leads the AFC in targets, receptions, receiving yards, receiving first downs, and receiving yards per game. Jamar joins AJ Green as the only Bengals to earn Pro Bowl nods in each of their first 5 seasons. Congrats to Jamar, and if you're a fan of what you've seen in this segment, make sure you are following us on the Bengals social media channels. Search @Bengals and give us a follow. The Cardinals and Bengals kick off Sunday just after 1 p.m. Eastern, and you can catch all of the action on your local Fox station. You can also check out one of the streaming options, including Fox One in market, NFL Plus on mobile, NFL Sunday Ticket out of market, and NFL Game Pass internationally. And as always, you can listen in to Dan Horde and Dave Lapham on the Bengals Radio Network. Thanks for tuning in to Bengals Weekly. Kickoff between the Cardinals and the Bengals is coming up. For Dan Horde, Dave Lapham, Jeff Hobson, and our entire crew, I'm Marissa Contipelli. I hope you've had a happy holidays, and we'll see you in the new year. Bengals Weekly was brought to you by Paycor, proud to be the official HR software provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. AltaFiber, the official Wi-Fi and internet provider of the Cincinnati Bengals. Your local Kia dealers. Visit kia.com to discover movement that inspires. And Kettering Health, the official healthcare provider of the Cincinnati Bengals.